Good morning and welcome to Nonsense Talk Live. This is Pallab Ghosh. I'm just waiting for a few people to join in and I will start my live. Of course, today's live is on a sad note though. Well, let me start my live. I hope people will start joining in. Bengal stands ashamed once again because of Trinamool and Trinamool Supremo Mamata Banerjee. Well, you may call me cynic, you may call me biased, but the problem is West Bengal Chief Minister in the past and every time has been terming these incidents as petty. In fact, the cult catchphrase began with the Park Street gang rape of Suzette Jordan when she said, "Choto ghatona," petty incident, followed by two catchphrases which you have seen me always quoting but can't help it. Shajano ghatona, concocted incident, and Bohiragotoder kaj, work of the aliens or outsiders, because Trinamool is holy cow, it cannot do anything wrong. Well, the recent incident you all know is of Hanshkali, Nadia district in West Bengal, where a minor girl attended the birthday party of the Trinamool leader, a bigwig son actually, and she came home profusely bleeding. And the woman who assisted her to come back home, of course, the family had sent this woman to drop this girl home. Obviously, a chamcha of that political family advised the parents to consult a local doctor but dare not to go to the State General Hospital or the police. The family was traumatized, the girl was profusely bleeding, and that fateful night this girl died. Her mortal remains were cremated in the half at the local crematorium. When influential people come in the picture, when influential people are associated with any case, especially in India, then norms and rules and regulations are flouted. It happened in this case also. Crematorium didn't ask for the death certificate. She was cremated. Family is traumatized. But my point is not that. My point is little in a broader perspective. We didn't hear anything from the Supremo and the nephew, who is the General Secretary also. On Sunday, when the General Secretary nephew was sharing the dais for a road show and moving atop a van campaigning for Shatrughan Sinha in Asansol. We heard a lot of convictions from nephew. We heard lot of catchphrases, including political dialogues from Shatrughan Sinha. Not a single word on Hanshkali. Situation became grave. People were angry. Media stepped in. And the funniest part, what compels me today to record this is, we had a reaction from Trinamool Supremo and West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee on Monday asking, what should I call? আমি কি বলবো? এটা কি রেপ? না প্রেগন্যান্সি? Na bhalobasha? Is it rape? Is it pregnancy? Or is it love? I really fail to understand what does these three words means here. If you try, you can understand, please put some light, and I will be really grateful, because my 25 years in journalism doesn't even give me inkling of or to make me understand when a chief minister asks, what should I call it? A girl dies because of gang rape and profusely bleeding, and she asks, what should I call? Secondly, she asks, is it pregnancy? What does this mean? Everybody knows pregnancy is detected after rape and after some time. You didn't give the time for medical checkup, Madam Chief Minister. She was cremated. Of course, to remove all the evidences. Thirdly, many may feel, because often they ask, why do you get hyper? Because the situation in Bengal and the activities of Her Highness, Madam Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee, compels to shout, compels to get angry, because I don't do fake lives or fake journalism like others. Chief Minister and Trinamool Supremo has always been blunt on these issues. When Suzette Jordan was raped, she called it Choto Ghatona. And not only that, remember, the IO, investigating officer Damayanti Sen, known for her checkered career in police department, an honest officer, was sent on exile. The standing police commissioner was made to nod, ki rape to hai nahi. Words were being put in his mouth. These police officers have no other way to nod. Recently, I met one of the then police officer without naming, and I asked him, how was those days when you stood mum? Especially when Damayanti Sen was sent to exile, he smiled and he said, Ki ar bolbo bolun? What should I say? I understand their compulsion because they are in service, and this goes to all the politicians, irrespective of states, irrespective of city, irrespective of departments, because all the political parties have the same shade, same color and same conviction. Now all we have, or we are waiting for, is Mamata Banerjee to visit Hanshkali, and then she will offer a job. Because for Mamata Banerjee, this is a cult style. She thinks she can buy everything with money power. However, coming back to the topic I started actually. Why these things in Bengal are happening? Why? Anybody tries to raise these issues are called Maoists, like Tumpa Koyal and Moshumi Koyal during Kamduni, which was no less than the Delhi Braveheart incident, and we all know why it happened. The same Guru Pachar or the cow smuggling is now the issue. I have myself visited many remote places in Bengal, and I have seen still the dark areas, the places which are totally pitch dark. Illegal liquors are being sold. Young girls, women, ladies, they have to travel for their daily bread. In Kamduni, Tumpa Koyal and Moshumi Koyal just dared to say, Didi, apna shange kotha bolte chai. We just want to talk to you. and Trinamool Supremo and Chief Minister of the state immediately identified them as Maoist. Little away from women issue, when Shiadito, the poor farmer, raised the question of seeds, he was termed as Maoist. I forgot the name when that college girl or school girl during one of the TV event asked the misdeed of Trinamool Supremo, said, "You are Maoist." And funny, just imagine, you don't need any kind of gadgets or any kind of machinery to identify. She says that, "Ami dekhei bole dite pari ke Maoist." I can tell just by seeing who is Maoist. What's going on in Bengal and when this will stop is the biggest question. Believe me, my blood boils when I see the same Mamata Banerjee who used to raise day in and day out, sit outside parliament when she was in opposition and Buddhadev Bhattacharya or Jyoti Babu government was in the state, and she used to say, "We need President's rule." Why President's rule will not be imposed now when Bengal has gone to dogs? I fail to understand this. Why President rule will not be imposed in West Bengal, which has been totally ruined by West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee, and the funniest part is, after ruining Bengal, she now aspires to ruin India because she aspires to become the Prime Minister. Well, I leave you with this. But the point is, such rapes, molestation, stalking should now be the issue of the public, and as I have always said, there should be civic volunteers on the roads, on the streets, across every cities, not just Bengal, every cities, to protect the dignity of our women, our girls, our females. And if, I once again reiterate, and whenever I say this, the so-called white-collared and so-called in the law, they refute me, "You can't say this." I go on record saying, if you cannot protect the dignity of women, if you have failed to show the chivalry, then give the power to women, give weapon to women and let them protect. It's high time really to save Bengal. And the funniest part is today, if you take a stroll around Bengal, if you take a stroll around the districts, people say, "Dada onek bhul korechi eder ene. Lal onek bhalo chilo. Dada, we are really ashamed, we are really sorry for bringing Trinamool to power. The red regime was far better." Think over it. Give it a thought why Bengal is going to dogs. And why this misgovernance we will have to accept. Raise your voice. Don't take out candle march. Don't take out placards after the girl dies. Don't cry over the mortal remains of the rape victims. Protest, raise your voice. Raise your voice and tell this government, tell Mamata Banerjee that if she doesn't understand if this is rape, the rest too, of course, I don't understand, quote unquote, love affair or pregnancy, then she should understand. Because it's her leader's son has allegedly, as our friends perhaps, allegedly gang raped that girl and left her profusely bleeding to die, to death. There is no time to condemn, no time to say we need a betterment or a kind of we need a better Bengal. Time has gone. It's time to act now. Take to streets and make this government understand that she has a sham Bengal. The slogan on which she came, Badla Nai Badal Chai, not revenge but change, is fake. Mamata Banerjee, you have ruined Bengal. You have ashamed Bengalis, especially Bengalis like us who are Probashi Bengali. We love Bengal more than you. By announcing few trains for Bengal during railway ministry is not just love for Bengal. By painting Bengal blue and white is not love for Bengal. By making tall claims you think for Bengal is not love for Bengal. You have done nothing for Bengal. You have extracted everything from Bengal. You have ashamed Bengal. You have ashamed the philosophy of Rabindranath. You have ashamed the philosophy of Vivekananda. You have ashamed the philosophy of Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose, so on and so forth. Shame on you, shame on Bengal government.